everybody. Welcome back to the Star Wars Expanded Universe. That shirt getting disgusting here, I know, but Expanded Universe, now redubbed Legends. So today, I actually think this one's going to be pretty short. Not because it was bad, but because I don't have too much to say about it. Oh, wait. A paper broke, so today I have for you it's doing that thing again. Whatever. Book 10 in the new Jedi Order series with the great epic of the Yuuzahn Vong War in Dark Journey by Elaine Cunningham. I did read the short story, though it kind of seems irrelevant, so I'm not going to talk about it. And I know it's doing the zoom thing. I don't know how to make that stop. It keeps doing it. It's looking really bad. Anyway. So. You're just going to have to deal with it. And if you don't like it, I understand. It never happens during the day. It only happens at nighttime, which is why I try to avoid doing reviews at nighttime. But here we are. It's happening. And there's nothing I can really do about it. So, I understand if you skip this one. But, basically, all this book is about is Jaina is struggling with the dark side. This book starts right where Star by Star left off. So we're here, continuing right off of that. Jason's been kidnapped, Anakin's dead, and Coruscant's not safe because it was taken, so they need to find some place to go. So go to the Haps cluster. Surprising enough, the Yuuzahn Vong really aren't even a villain in this book. They're there, and they do cause some problems, but the main antagonist is Haps itself. I won't get into too much details because that would be spoilers. We get a lot more. We get, more Kiptern. We get to see more of Jagged Fell or Jagfell, Gel, however you say his name. We get a bit more with Tino Ka, and just a lot of things happen that, in the grand scheme of things, maybe not seem so big, but there's a lot of stuff, a lot of character development. We really get to understand Jaina a bit better because, all the solo kids have always been around. We didn't really get like a deep dive in any of them. Most we got with Jason was Balance Point, but even still, it wasn't really focused on him. Whereas with the Edge of Victory, at least with the first book, it was mainly focused on Anakin. He was the big star of that one, and now we focus on Jaina. It was definitely a breath of fresh air because the last book was so daunting that it was definitely nice to have just a little breather, even though a lot of stuff still happens in this. Stuff that I actually was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And but I'll get to that in spoilers. But overall, it was a good read. A worthy addition to the Star Wars Expanded Universe, worthy addition to the new Jedi Order series. I love the dynamic that Kip and Jaina have. It's a very interesting, and that's another reason, like, how can you hate Kip? How can you be like, he's such a stupid character? Like, he's so good. Like, what do you mean? You're retarded. Sorry. You're free to your opinion, but you're wrong. Because Kiptern is one of the best Star Wars Expanded Universe characters ever. Is he perfect? No, and he shouldn't be, because then he'd be a Gary Sue. But you know what he is? He's a complex character. And yeah, he's made some mistakes in the past, but my golly, is he fun to read about. So, I love him. And I don't know if I love. It's too early to say that, but I really enjoy Jagfell's appearance. It's interesting, getting a little bit more of that Chiss society, even if it's just from his perspective, since he was raised by Chiss. Well, his dad's Baron Fell, but still trained under Chiss. But yeah, this book really makes me happy that I went through Courtship of Princess Leia. I feel like that's a necessity if you're going to read this. I mean, it's not, but you should. You really, really should read that before you start New Jedi Order. Then the Young Jedi Knight series, where Tino Ka goes to Haps. I think all that just makes this matter more. Overall, solid like 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I don't usually give a rating system for these, but I just I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm gonna get into spoilers. I am so sorry. I know you can notice the zoom, and I don't know how to make that stop. Or maybe I'm crazy. I don't think so though. But this never happens during the day with sunlight. It only happens at night if I'm using artificial light like this. So, if, unless that helps it at all, if you think that I should... Oh, is it done? Maybe that was it. I was just blocking the light so I could focus. Anyway, if that still doesn't help it, then let me know in the comment section below what I can do to fix that. I think it's fixed now. I think the problem was I was just blocking that. So maybe I'll just have to do this from now on, if that's if it's at nighttime. But yeah, anyway, spoiler time. If you don't want spoilers, time to get out. Sorry this one's a bit more unprofessional than you. It's still doing it. Sorry this one's a bit more unprofessional than usual. It's nighttime and I'm a bit tired, but wanted to make sure I got this review out for you. So, spoilers now. If you don't want it, get out of here. So, Jaina's emotional trouble with dealing with everything, I really enjoyed. I like how she is similar to her father, where she kind of like compartmentalizes it. Stop doing that. But and she kind of just plays sarcastic and rude and in this book, and it's like a coping mechanism, which is understandable. Everyone grieves differently. This book is very Hap centered. It all takes place in the Hap system, so if you didn't like that, then you might not like this book. But if you're listening to spoilers, I'm imagining you'd watch it. Oh yeah, I didn't think about it when we were reading Star by Star, but Tahiri must be devastated. One of my favorite characters from Junior Jedi Knights, and they were having a romance, and now he's dead. So I can only, Jaina's a family. If you can hear that, I apologize, but I just imagine it's really tough on her, so that sucks. Oh yeah, and I already said, how can you not love Kip? I already gushed over him, so I'm not going to do it again. This was an interesting quote. I believe this is when she was talking to a Yuuzahn Vong, so a Villip. I'm not exactly sure when this happened, but there's a line she says which I found fascinating because of future things. For any of you who have really tried to explore the expanded universe at all, you probably got spoiled like I did, but in case you did, I'm not going to get too specific, but Jason and I are twins. This is our destiny. Because the Yuuzahn Vong, having twins is rare, and their gods that they believe in apparently were twins, and one killed the other. And if you watched my Young Jedi Knight series, and if you were with me in that, if you've read it, there is a part where, and it mentions in the book, in this book specifically, so it's not a spoiler, but I mean it kind of is, but if you're reading this book, you've already been spoiled on that. So, but when they're at the Shadow Academy, Brackus, to make them fight, makes them think that the other one is a hologram Darth Vader, and so they're actually trying to kill one another, not knowing that it's each other, and that scares them to death. And of course, there's Legacy of the Force. This is our destiny. I just found that peculiar. But yeah, definitely got to my heart for a second, just knowing the future. Next note is freaking Tachum, or however you say her name, the grandmother to Tino Ka. What a freaking tit. Freaking villain. Freaking butthole. I don't like her. She's worse than Borsk Vela. Take that. Tino Dojo, Tino Ka's mother. Apparently, after Centerpoint Station blew up half their fleet, stuff happened. Because she's always been force sensitive, and because of the shock, she gave birth successfully because she was pregnant at the time. But she had a miscarriage, and the baby was dead when it came out. And she couldn't cope. Which I was like, are you kidding me? You're doing this, man? So she's just not there. She's gone. She's just sitting there, unable to do anything because she's so distraught. She can't deal with it. She just sits there all day long. But yeah. As Courtship of Princess Leia was one of the earliest. I think I may have read that even before the Thrawn trilogy, if I'm not mistaken. It had to be the case because she was pregnant in the Thrawn trilogy. Leia was, so she had to be before. But that, I remember really enjoying that book, even before reading the Thrawn trilogy. I was like, you know, this book is excellent, and she was a good character, and then imagine what Tino Ka to go through with that. Oh my gosh. My next note was Jaina and Kip's fight. It's nearing the end of the book, and Jaina's trying to do something. I know this is spoilers, but I don't want to get too into specifics still, regardless. Mostly because I just write little quick notes, so I actually don't fully remember the context. But, Jaina and Kiptern, they fight. They have a small little skirmish, and that was epic. There's a part even where Jaina goes to electrocute him. And I don't know if he does the Yoda thing, because Attack of the Clones may not come out yet. So he either does the Yoda thing where he stops it, or he just looks at it. And extinguishes it. I don't know what he does. I don't exactly... Either way, it would have been cool. So I'm just gonna... Even though it probably didn't say it, I'm gonna say he did it the Yoda way, just because connected to the prequels. But that was just a really cool scene, because Kiptern is awesome. Oh yeah, and I was like, what? This is my biggest WTF of the frickin' night. Tino Dojo poisoned. Did Tino Dojo die because of Yuuzahn Vong? No. Did she die being a hero? No. How did she die? Because of politics in the Haps cluster? Or in the system? Into Chum? Gets her poisoned? She dies like that? Like that? Like nothing? She didn't even get to say goodbye to her family. She wasn't even in the right state of mind. And imagine how Tino Ka has to feel. And that hit me. I was not expecting that, to be honest. And so, just loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. It's, I mean, I know they were never big characters, but still. But you just keep losing people in this series, man. And my last note. This was a very short note-taking experience for this one. Tino Ka becomes the new queen of Haps. Because T'Chum's whole plan was to get Jaina to become the new queen and marry Isildur. Because she gets the best of Leia, plus all the strength of the Jedi and the smartness that she has, and she can use that to her advantage. But she just would have been killed later too. And so, Tino Ka steps up to the plate and takes a crown that she never wanted, that we know all throughout the Young Jedi Knight series that was never something she wanted, never anything she wanted to be a part of. But now she has to do it. And then they go out and face the Yuuzahn Vong, because they show up and they finish them off, and it's a nice little victory for our heroes, which we don't get a lot of in this series, so it's nice. And that's basically it. Overall, like I said, it was a good book. It was a nice breather from the previous one. And I'm excited to see whatever we have next, which I believe is Enemy Lines, something like that. Which is by Aaron Alston, the other best part of the Rogue Squadron series. Rogue Squadron with Michael Stackpole, which we've already had him in this series. And then Aaron Alston, who did the Wraith Squadron series. And then all the Rogue Squadron series after the fact. Not to mention that moving forward in Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi, he will play a significant role in those novels as well. Well, I mean, playing a significant role, being a writer for it. So he'll be a big part of the rest of the post-Return of the Jedi series as well. So I hope you'll stick around with me for that. Up next, we got a two-parter by Aaron Alston, so that's going to be fun. And yeah, I apologize for that zoom-in thing. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed my thoughts, and I want to know yours in the comment section below. And anyway, see you next time. Bye-bye.